I know the biggest part of this is that they saw Xana and didn't do anything. Let's continue with this timeline of the Idaho 4 case. So where we left off was the next morning at 11 when Bethany decides to call a friend and have this friend and her boyfriend come over and check out the house to make sure that her and Bethany were safe. So this friend, Hunter, comes over to the house and he proceeds to go upstairs. At some point, he gets a kitchen utensil to defend himself if there is someone still in the house. And later it is believed that he places this on the ping pong table, and we're gonna get there, trust me. But he goes in to Xana's room and he sees that Xana is on the floor and unresponsive. He also sees that there is a lot of red around her. So at this point, he tells the girls to call 911. At 11:58, 911 responds to a call. This call is of an unconscious person. When officers arrived, they go straight to Xana's room, they see Xana and they see Ethan, and they usher everyone out of the house. These students stayed in the parking lot until they were told not to go anywhere. At this point, no one has gone all the way upstairs to see if Kaylee and Maddie were even there. So police see Xana, they see Ethan, and they begin clearing the house. They go floor by floor, and they finally discover that it's not only Xana and Ethan, it's also Maddie and Kaylee. These officers describe this scene as the worst they've ever seen. And it is later reported that these victims fought viciously. They had a lot of defensive wounds. I'm going to get all into the injuries that they had and all of that in a episode later. In the days and hours really that followed, there was a lot of commotion. Dylan and the surviving roommates were reporting what they saw over Snapchat and text to all of their friends. Not only that, but police were completely stunned and didn't know how to handle this crime scene. You have confusion all over the place. Confusion that went to the college campus and then beyond. Police initial statements said that they couldn't say that this was like an isolated attack, but they didn't believe the public was at risk, which didn't make any sense. When you get into the crime scene and you get into the investigation and you see and not see what was in this house, it just becomes so weird. There was a lack of the kitchen utensil that was used. Why did he leave the surviving roommates alive when she saw him? And the fact that there was no forced entry really confused people. They didn't understand why someone didn't break in, why these college students didn't lock their doors at night. So speculation just ran wild that it was someone that they knew, that it was someone that they trusted, and there was just tons of stuff online. I think one of the biggest mysteries in this case was how. How did he do all this in the time allotted? And how was there no screaming? How? He went to 2 different rooms in the house, but left 2 survivors completely untouched. How did he know the house and navigate the house? And then when you get into the weirdness of this case, so much just opens up and pours out. Coming up in the following episodes, I have deep dives into the investigation, surviving roommates, the crime scene, and all the oddities that happened in this case. So buckle up, click the follow button, and I will see you tomorrow.